Hi there, Virgo. This is Yetta Pearl, and thank you for joining me for your general angel reading for April 4th through 10th of 2022. Okay, so your cards all came out kind of in one little group all together. They don't usually do that, so that's kind of cool. And your next cards are flying out, literally 2 out of 3 so far, flying out. And so just one more card left to come out, and then we'll begin your reading. There it is, also flying out. This is really cool. Your messages are very strong today. Okay, so pay attention. Ooh, sorry. I caught the cord. Okay, I'll try not to do that again. That was nasty. So try and pay attention to the signs. So these are things around you. They may be really, really obvious. They may be like, hitting you over the head with a 2x4 kind of thing, that you can't miss them. And so, okay, your angels are kind of laughing and saying, yeah, well, we've kind of done that before. And they didn't believe it. They didn't miss it. They didn't believe it. They didn't trust it. You can trust it. That's what they're saying. These signs, like anytime that you think, oh, is that, a message? Yes, it is. And they're kind of going, yes, it is. It's kind of funny. They're in a good mood today. Lighthearted, fun, joking around, all that stuff. And so they're just saying to you that, yeah, you can trust those messages. They are for real. Yes, they are your angels, your guardian angels. They are right there, right beside you. And they're like staring at you like beady eye, like, get this already, right? So they've been trying to give you messages and you've been missing them. And so they're saying that you have a lot of intuition, that, for some reason, you appear not to trust that fully. And they just wish that you would be able to. They understand that it's an evolution process and you are getting there. But from their point of view, they're sometimes a little frustrated because you're like, come on, you're like, no, I'm not sure, right? And they're like, come on, get this already. Now, having said that, angels don't actually feel things like frustration. They don't. They kind of say things like that so that we understand, but for their own part, they don't really feel that. They're very patient and they just will continue to give the same message over and over until you do actually get it, right? So, yeah. So the main message of this is that yes, they do exist. Yes, they are giving you signs, and yes, you can trust those signs. Right? So try not to second guess that anymore. Okay. All right. Now, there is something happening in your life. It feels like maybe an extended family, could be work life. Not sure. Everything is going to turn out in a fair and equitable way. You won't lose out, and you won't get more than you deserve. You might get more than somebody else, but it will not be more than you deserve. Do you understand that? What you put in, you get out, and things will balance themselves in that way. The other person may be not putting in as much, and therefore they won't get out as much. So in this way, it is totally fair. They're just telling me that you're feeling kind of guilty about that. You need to lose that, because this is something that you have put more in, more effort, more time, more of yourself, right? More of your inner energy. And so you're getting out of it more than somebody else who hasn't put all that in. This is your hard work paying off. This is karma. This is what we normally talk about as karma. it's not a bitchy thing, like karma's a bitch, right? It's not like that at all. We have that wrong. But it is what you put in is what you will get out. What you put out there is what will come around full circle back to you. That's exactly what this is. The situation is fair. Okay. And so, yeah, so it's like you're sitting there feeling like, okay, well, I know that I've, done lots and that I've been really invested in it and I care so much. I've loved this. But at the same time, you're feeling kind of like, well, it's maybe I'm getting more back than I deserve, than I should get. And it's not really that you're feeling that on your own behalf. You're feeling that because you're feeling sympathy or something with somebody else who is getting less. They're getting less because they put in less. So it's all working out exactly fair. Okay. All right. Got that? You're good. You're good. Just feel what you feel. Never mind what anybody else is feeling. They're doing their own thing. Okay. All right. So it's spring cleaning time. Clear out some clutter. Yeah. So it almost feels like some of you have started doing that already. But it's like throw open the windows. Get the fresh air in there. I'm seeing cobwebs in corners fluttering, right? And so, in the pioneer household, the cobwebs were a good thing. They encouraged that. That was the sign of an established household, right? And so you can choose to go with that as well. But when you have too much stuff around, when you do have dirt and dust on the walls and things like that, it doesn't feel good. It makes it so you can't draw a full breath, right? So do the cleaning, clearing out the stuff, giving to Goodwill. That's what, when you give, you receive. Oh, now we're on the same topic as the fairness. When you give, you make room to receive. That's what keeps the flow going. That is the infinity. Giving, receiving, giving, receiving, giving, receiving. That symbol. That is what that is. So, keeping that in mind when you're clearing out some of your old stuff, that you're like, it's been sitting here for a long time. Are we going to need this again? And so you can sell it for sure. It doesn't mean you have to give away everything. No, you can sell it. But you're making it available to somebody else who has need of it instead of hoarding it in the back of your closet, right? Or the back of the shed, whatever. And so, and some things you will donate. And that still, all of it keeps that infinity going. The giving and receiving, the giving, receiving, keeping it in balance, right? So clear out that clutter. It's not doing you any good. It's stagnant. It's old. It's stopping that flow. Okay. And next. Okay, it's like we're changing the subject. You are very independent in many, many ways. In other ways, you are not independent. And that's perfect, right? You can lean on other people. You can ask for support. You can give support to other people. They may be the same people. They may not be the same people. It's okay. You are very independent, though, in many of your things that you do and that you say and how you behave. And, you just go ahead and you do your things. Regardless of who else is around or what stage they're at or whether there's anybody to assist you or not. And it feels like a lot of the time you are a little too independent. It's like those are the times when you feel like, oh my gosh, this is so big and I would just love some help and support, but I'm supposed to do this myself. Why are you supposed to do that yourself? I don't get it, right? Ask for help or hire somebody if that's applicable. Or, ask your significant other or ask a friend or some family member or whatever. Ask for help. Like, do things together. And like being independent, the capability of being independent is extremely valuable. But you've already proved that you are in a lot of ways. And so that saying no man is an island is applicable here. That independence is one thing, but completely isolating yourself from everybody else is also a different thing. And that is undesirable. We all depend upon each other in varying degrees for different things. So independence is great to teach you that you can be. Lack of independence is great to teach you that you can depend on somebody else. Okay, I hope that made sense. All right. Now, changes are happening. Partly that's the season. I was about to say partly that's the astrology. I don't really know that. I'm not sure. Like that was coming through, right? So that's not from me for sure. Well, none of this is from me, but they get me to put in personal experience sometimes. So, so I'll have to guess that part of these big changes is the astrology. Let's just trust that. Okay, and so getting yourself ready for change is what you're needing to do right now. So how do you do that? I'm asking, what specifically do you want the Virgos to do to prepare for change? Being fluid, they say. Being flexible. Being able to go with the flow. If things change, oh, okay. Even though like part of you might be like, oh no, I don't, right? Try to, you're not stuffing down what you feel about that. You're acknowledging what you feel about that, but try to get yourself into the place of flexibility fairly quickly, or, as easily as you can. I guess quickly is beside the point. As easily as you can, right? And in that way, preparing for things that are going to change. Some of these changes you won't really enjoy. They won't be bad, but you won't enjoy them. I'm not getting any further message about what specifically these changes might be. Could be, globally. Could be closer to home within your own, immediate life, right? But they're not giving, it could be anything in between. They're not giving me further clues about that. Just kind of be able to go with the flow, right? And understand that everything happens for a reason. Even the ones that don't feel very good, in the end, it's on purpose. It's not sure. Not sure. That's all what they're saying. Okay. All right. Now, there are always, this feels like the same topic. There are always endings and beginnings. There is a flow to life. There are things that happen. They're in your life. They get built and they're really big and really prominent. And then gradually they wane and they are less important to you. And, and then they come to an end. And what that does is make room for the next new beginning, right? And so everything is a cycle, and it has to be in order for growth and evolution to continue. So some things are coming to an end, other things are ready to begin. in your life. Okay. All right. So now we have the daily guidance cards. And, okay, there is nothing to worry about. Whatever that is that's been on your mind that you're stressing over, there is nothing to worry about. Same maybe with this endings and beginnings, these cycles, and the big changes happening in your life. There is nothing to worry about. You can just take a big, beautiful breath and live life and enjoy. Take all the beauty in. Let it be a lovely life. Okay, nothing to worry about. All right, Virgo, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much, and I love you, and I will see you next time.